Good afternoon, Lotus Leaguers. We are back again, once again, with another exciting match. We got Dark Lords Gaming versus their rivals, or assumed rivals, DF's Amethysts. These two teams have played a lot. It's gonna get scrappy. It's gonna get messy. It's about to get hot. Fan phase is underway. We got Mimikyu, Darkrai, Charizard Y, and Psyduck. You should top it off with a Blastoise man, and yep, there he is. There's that blue boy. Everyone's in detention. You know the usual. You guys know the drill. Let's get active with this first pick. Starting off with a Greninja pick. They're picking their attackers first. Bold choice. Amethyst Vit-Oppo. I hope I pronounced that right. I might have butchered it. Meanwhile, on the other side, we are in firmly the attacker meta. We got Zapdos, and we got the Mutant Plant, the Frogman, Pokedex entry number 3, Venusaur. The LG slash his own Venusaur. Next two picks, back in Amethyst, we're going to have a Snorlax, Heavy Slam block perhaps, mixed with a Hoopa. Gonna assume this is Hyperspace Hole, though they might do a Trick Hoopa depending on the all-arounder chosen for Amethyst. Following those two picks, we're gonna have some defenders here. We're gonna have some frontline, and we're gonna have some of the best in the business that isn't Blastoise. We're gonna have Mamoswine and Trevenant, the mutant tree from the forest, controlling that space up in the front. Oh yeah, if you ever get caught by either of those defenders, expect a solar beam, expect a zap cannon. Following that, all right, Amethyst has got to deal with these attackers. There's so many attackers, so many squishy mons, so many slow mons. I know. I'm going to pick some speedster. In fact, I'm going to pick 2 speedsters. I'm going to have Zoroark and Absol. Good choices here. Very speedy, very mobile, high burst damage, low durability. But hey, you get in and you get out. And while you're in, you got to give them hell. Final preparations are underway, and one item of interest. You see that top left corner of the screen? You see that battle item? You see that fluffy tail? What's going on here? Is this a rip comp in disguise? It might be. They want to rip objectives, but they're going to have a tough time. There is the Venusaur secure, but they're willing to make that gamble. Gonna have to see how things play out in this match. Final preparations are about to end. The game's about to load up. First things first, everybody. Put your hands together. We pray for no crashes. Amen. Second, we pray for good games. We play for highly skilled and competitive games. These are scrims, after all. This is all practice for UCS events or just, getting to know your battle buddies better. It's all in good fun. Loosen up a little. All right, looks like no one has crashed. We're able to get started like decent people. Let's get active. We're going to have our Greninja hipping and hopping, going towards the top lane, already activating that fluffy tail. Down at the bottom, we're going to have Snorlax moving in with their lane partner. Well, the Zoroark, he's off to bigger and better things. Meanwhile, at the bottom, they're going to go up against Mamoswine and Zapdos. Zapdos are getting major damage here. We're going to have Bulbasaur as the jungler getting protected from the jungle gank. Trevenant is on the scene, protecting him, rotating back towards the top. Oh, wait, there is the Hoopa. Hoopa has other friends. He's going to get surrounded, getting triple teamed. That's a KO. And he left a berry in his place. How thoughtful. Over at the top, Meowth with a fluffy tail of his own. What is this? Everyone wants to rip? Oh my god, I haven't seen this before. Everyone's doing some new tech. There's the KO on the Trevenant. Meowth is gonna get KO'd himself. Absol getting ready for the gank. Absol, Froakie, Hoopa, all trying to fight this Venusaur who already used his Razor Leaf. Won't be able to get any of this 850 farm. Gonna have a Sludge Bomb for it, but that's about as much as he can do. Everyone's back up. Meowth is inting once again. No one's taking that bait for that Sludge Bomb. Good stuff on DF. Over at the bottom here, we got the Zoroark who wants to be, but not is just yet. They're competing against Mamoswine and Zapdos. That is a tough lane to deal with. They got so much damage. They got so much secure. Snorlax is going to be putting in some major overtime, but look, there is a Zoroark. He's going to begin getting his stacks in. Slow Snorlax resting on the job, maintaining his strength. He's looking a little hungry there. He's gonna grab a snack. He's gonna grab a citrus berry, but hey, keep your hands out of the fridge. No more. You're on a diet. It is 8 o'clock. That means it's time for Regidrago. Meowth already on it. There is the Thunderbolt. There is the Discharge. There is Mammal just tugging away at it. There's a really late Solar Beam, but we got a Scar at the bottom. We got a level 7. We got a Greninja. Oh, this Zoroark is dying for his stacks. This guy is a maniac. Oh, full heal out of the Ice Fang. Zoroark going back in. Look at all these attackers. Oh, man, please. Say something for me. There's a Heavy Slam KO on the Venusaur. Amethyst swinging in strong. And another KO on the Mamoswine. Meowth is coming in at level 5, trying to get his hands on all this money on the floor. He's going to get blocked away by Snorlax, leaving all this farm for their Greninja, who's about to become level 9 here. Splitting the farm with the Hoopa. We still have a Discharge Zapdos a little late here. He's going to need his Zap Cannon to control some more space here. Hoopa moving out, providing vision. Has accepted his demise. All to distract. We got Greninja here, ripping this farm. Snorlax doing the best he can. His Focus Band procs. Regi Ice has been secured. And, uh-oh. That is an ult on the Greninja. He's going to have to actually ult away. Interesting choice. He wants to live. Nothing wrong with playing your life. You don't want to give away your levels. You're on level 9. There's not much to gain from defeating a level 7 Zapdos. That's a given. You're not... Oh, don't get Ice Fang here. All right. No Ice Fang because there's no follow-up. It's time to leave, but you're not going to get to leave. Ice Cream does not come out in time. Back at the bottom, it's time for the assault. There's the Heavy Slam. Stop what you're doing. Don't forget it. Another KO on the Meowth. This Meowth is falling behind here on levels. It is 6 minutes in. He's still level 6. He needs to pin level 7 and higher. There's a... Oh, Greninja gets stuffed out by the Sludge Bomb. No 40 Bomb for him. Slowbro's like, don't worry, coach. I got it. I know the drill. I'm going to get all these people off. I got a block for a reason. I got a Heavy Slam. You guys just score. I'll die for your sins. Don't worry about it. Expect my check in the mail at the end of this. But there is a Zoroark ulting in, getting it with Night Slashes. All this damage. There is the Trevenant Horn Leech, but it's not enough. That is a 4 KO for Amethyst. And the assault doesn't stop there. It's not 5 minutes yet. That means there is no bounce pad. They're going to have to walk it. Greninja's inting in. What a maniac. Actually, he pivots into the enemy jungle. Good stuff. He has more farm to get. Meowth is starting to get fed. Starting to get levels. Meowth is level 9. Hoopa's calling in the artillery. Gonna use the Hooper portal. Start bashing in. Hoopa is strong indeed. We're gonna see a block combo. Yep. Let's block some people up. They blocked off the defenders here. They're getting bursted down by this Absol. Absol couldn't quite get the finish, but there it is. We got a Mammal now, level 9. He's gonna ult in 1, 2, 3, 4. Whiffs. You guys know the drill. Snorlax is like, all right, guys. You couldn't quite finish out. I know what it is. I gotta die here. So you guys learn your lesson. I expect my check in the mail. He is living a very, very, very long time. Strongest Snorlax there is. There's a block to maintain the health once again. Now he can die in peace. One's in the chat for a fallen hero, Snorlax. Back over here at the bottom pad, we have Hoopa farming. It's taking a while. Let's check out this Meowth here, getting center farm, getting it very quickly. Over at the top here, We're gonna have Zoroark securing that Regieleki. And DLG's gonna here to pick up the pieces and stop this advance. There's another heavy slam block combination. Venusaur's gonna have to eject to preserve its life. But Trevenant's left alone on an island. He's gonna have to Horn Leech back, taking major damage here. There's the Meowth getting super damage on this Greninja. This is we're just gonna have to bail. He's getting the speed boost due to his passive, 12% extra movement speed. But because you're moving there, I'm gonna score over here. Meowth getting a 50 bond at the bottom. Hoopa can actually stop it just in time. Meowth is not pleased. Meowth is very not pleased. Meowth is like, I don't like that very much. In fact, I'm gonna ult you for that. Oh, there's the trick Hoopa, providing a shield just to make it live. Meowth is very not pleased once again, and now Hoopa is strong once again. Hey, folks, come back down here. We got a team fight to win. Given the time frame, Hoopa doesn't really farm. Hoopa's not going to be able to get that back in time for 2 minutes. Hopefully, DLG catches on to that. Back towards the top, we're going to have Meowth here fighting the 2v1 and losing. KO on the Absol. All right, 45 seconds remain. We're approaching the end game now. Everyone's got their levels. Well, Amethyst has got their levels. DLG's not too far behind them. The ones who need to be 12 are 12. The ones who need to be not that are that. If that makes sense. Back at the bottom, there's going to be a Registeel buff for DF's Amethyst. Greninja getting to secure here. All this extra attack power on your speedsters and your attacker. Count me in. All right. Groudon in 5. It's time to start. Snorlax taking an aggressive position. Got a block on the Venusaur here. Pushing everyone all the way back. Well, it was Rip Comp, all right. But Mamoswine secures it? No. No. No, guys, no. Well, Snorlax, you're gonna get your another check in the mail. I'm sorry. You did such a wonderful job. You pushed the secure away. Who knew they were gonna secure with Mamoswine? That wasn't in the script. Well, the score is pretty tight. Not too far. Amethyst can get a KO on that Zapdos, for example, or even the Meowth, just to get the buff back. Well, that looks like that's not happening. Time is winding down. Hoopa's just playing some pretty stellar defense. Meowth getting his revenge on that Hoopa. Gonna score more points as he can. There's the eject on the Meowth. It's gonna get KO'd here. And the one who got the buff was the Snorlax and not the one who could actually fully utilize it. Well, let's look forward to game 2. Game 1 is gonna absolutely go to DLG here. Well, no, I could be wrong. They're making one last push, one last attempt. Never stay, die. Snorlax is like, all right, guys, you get one more chance. And I do mean one more chance to make it right. Here comes this block. Do your thing. Now, these guys can't score here because Snorlax has the buff. So that plays a moot point. Back over at the main pad, we got a Mamoswine ulting in. Greninja's like, well, I can't score here. I'm gonna have to watch this fall apart. Couldn't get the secure on a Mamoswine. He beat me. It is what it is. Going on to game 2. It is what it is. It is what it is. 371 to 566 here. Let's check out everyone's report cards who got good grades. It was definitely DLG. So, looking here, yep. MVP is Kazuki, 237 points scored, 7 KOs and 3 assists, 87 overall rating. Battle data definitely reflects that, 61k damage. Pretty good numbers here on the speedster. Crypto and Maya, the Zoroark and the Absol respectively, were putting on a good show here. They just couldn't get the secure there. They were ripped it, but they couldn't secure it. Don't know how that happened. It was probably just variance. That just happens sometimes. You can't account for everything. I would like to point out a stellar performance from the Snorlax, doing a wonderful job, doing everything in his playbook, doing his work, doing his job to the T. Just didn't work out this time. But he's going to have to keep up this level of play going into game 2. All right, gonna be looking into the chat here. Loser picks map. Well, loser does the pick and the map in this league. So it's gonna be up to Amethyst to choose. They want first pick and they want Kyogre. They want grass everywhere. They want water. They want vegetation. They want life. They want the blue buff. They're gonna have it. Waiting for the start to happen, and we're going right back into it. Game 2, Lotus League, Amethyst versus the Dark Lords. Dark Lord Gaming. Dan's already in progress. Now you already know who's in detention. You know who's in detention for forever, basically. We're gonna wait for that Mon to appear. I guess you guys know who. Oh, there he is. The boy in orange. Several counts of vandalism. Putting gums underneath desks, skipping classes, putting graffitis all over the walls, more acts of vandalism. We got Charizard Y in detention once again. Have a seat, buddy. You're on the bench. Well, a new ban here, I believe. It's Mimikyu wasn't banned in game 1. The others were, like Blastoise, the other mod in detention, along with Psyduck, the 3 Stooges. First pick here. Are we going to see another first pick Greninja? Are they going to go for the Rip Comp again? Or they're going to go Rip Comp again and have a Secure ready? I'm going to have to wait and see. They're going to first pick the Hoopa here. Interesting choice. Hoopa strong. Hoopa wasn't a bad pick before. Got the team where they needed to go. It was a straight Hoopa. Got to enhance whoever was nearby. But also, same pick as before, we're going to have another Zapdos and Vaporeon play. These are pretty strong early laners. Let's see how Amethyst responds. We're going to have a Crustle. We're going to have a Surfetched. We got a all-arounder here. We got a bulky one at that. Very strong defensively and special defensively. He's going to be hard to take down. He's getting a bunch of shields too from his moves. Got to be careful here. Following those picks, we're going to have a repeat performance from Mamoswine, and we're going to have a new attacker this time around. We're going to have Dragapult. Dragon Dance Dragapult, perhaps? Running Cursed. I see. Well, there is the Greninja being hovered over. Along with the Talonflame. They are getting ready to go to war here. Looks like there is no Fluffy Tails this time around. Don't know if that was a flub or not. We're going to have to find out. And the Meowth is having another repeat performance. All right. Looking at this, looking at the teams here for starting from DLG, they have a very balanced composition. They got plenty of front line and Vaporeon and Mamoswine creating plays for the team. Ideally with a Muddy Water, and then we got Earthquake, and we got Ice Fang saying, hey, please destroy this person for me. It's a free KO. And the ones who are going to get those KOs, Zapdos, the Thunderbolt, Zap Cannon combo. We're going to have Dragapult, Dragon Dancing, try to get some picks here. We got some good targets. Hoopa's a good target, but if Hoopa's low enough, you get a KO on a Hoopa, Dragon Dance is going to get a reset, and he's going to get more damage on more squishier Mons. And backing up that assault is going to be Meowth. But hey, DF Amethyst is no slouch either. They're going to have a Surfetch, so that's going to be annoying in the front line. Leaf Blading and diving in towards that back line. It can circumvent the front line. It has Detect. It can parry it. We have Cussle to displace the enemy Mons. Hoopa to trick, ideally, the Surfetch or maybe Hyperspace Hole back to replenish their team. They got a healer there. We have Greninja for constant damage in the back and able to close the distance with his ult. And we have Talonflame playing off angles, looking for picks. Let's get this started here. At the bottom, we're going to have Wajiro moving on in. Back at the top, Sirfetch'd moving on in. Moving very quickly. We're going to have some invades here on the Hoopa. Meanwhile, we have Easy, a Vaporeon, fighting in. Meowth is coming back in to get revenge on this Hoopa. Mamoswine is on the case. Guarding, gonna head back to bottom to back up their Zapdos. Getting some secures, already has 12 points. That is light work for Zapdos. There it is, almost level 5. It's 4.5, coming into 915. They're gonna be able to compete for some farm, but there is the Fluffy Tail. And yep, Amethyst secures that. Back towards the center here, there's a fight happening. Now should be able to get a KO in there. Oh, there's that Talonflame sneaking in that KO. Let's see how Meowth responds. Yeah, it's gonna have to put in some major work. There's the Talonflame. There's the KO. Back over at the top. Gonna have Meowth here trying to get a score in. Can't quite get it. There is the KO, and they're gonna get some goals in. Back towards the bottom here. Zapdos almost got pushing successfully, but it got enough damage out and got their Paloswine. We'll still have Froakie at the bottom. He's able to evolve here. But they're losing the farm advantage. Back over at the top. Vaporeon is currently fighting. Fighting and defending its pad. Meowth moving in towards the center. It's time for Regidrago here. Yep, here it is. DLG is all over that. They're going to get that secure. And looks like they're going to make a push for bottom. Vaporeon is going to off lane. Not going to be able to defend that goal from Sirfetch'd. Back here at the bottom. There's a Talonflame Brave Bird. Who's the bravest bird? Well, who's the deadest bird? KO. Crustle diving on in. That is a Stealth Rock Crustle. That's not in the script. Interesting choice here. Stealth Rock does damage over time, but the hero just to walk away from it, dash away from it. You're not getting any crits from it. That used to be a thing, keep in mind. It should be Rock Tomb, or actually, no, it is Shell Smash. Shell Smash Stealth Rock? Eh? Is this guy a Rip Crustle? Not being pranked. Well, anyway, it is time for Regidrago. It is at the bottom. Teams are going to be fighting here. Mamoswine looking to make its way in, looking for an Ice Fang. It gets it on Greninja. Major damage. Greninja has to walk away from that electrical field. Zapdos getting ready for this here. Greninja coming in for the flank. It has popped X speed. There's a Surf secure kill. There's another Surf secure kill on Zapdos and the Regidrago. Amethyst taking over. 139 to 72. And a broken bottom pad 2. A broken tier 1. Their offense continues. All right, there's the Thunderbolt, but there's the Bravest Bird, but there is the Rumble Rouser. Russell's trying to do the best it can, keeping people off the pad, getting a lot of major damage here. A successful push by Amethyst. Setting up the win condition. That bottom pad, that tier 2 is on 8. No, they don't have a tier 2. Wonderful job here. This Stealth Rock might be the move. Oh, Crustle's kind of in trouble, but Crustle could kind of leave when it wants, and it's getting trick hooped. It's getting tricked on. They're doing tricks on it. Well, pushes are done for now. There is farm available. DLG does not have a bottom pad, but they're going to change that. If I don't have a bottom pad, neither will you. It's time to score. Hoopa with its hands tied. Not a lot of points there for DLG. They're going to have to score what they can. We have a level 7 Vaporeon about to become level 8 at 5 minutes. This is good. This is good. This is good. back towards the center. We're gonna have a Dragapult who is Phantom Force, not Dragon Dance. And yeah, that is the disadvantage of Phantom Force. You've sacrificed mobility. Much needed mobility. There's the Greninja going back in for the collateral. Hoop was strong with the ult. Talonflame going with the Bravest Bird combination finish. Only Dragapult's there to play some defense, but hey, we'll take your farm. We will absolutely take your farm. It's time to go. Hoopa basing back. Sirfetch'd heading towards his bottom objective here. Just lying in wait. Doesn't have an ult here. There is the Leaf Blade combination. Gonna have to parry to get out of that one. Hoopa's back, doesn't have an ult. There looks like they're gonna have to surrender this bottom objective. Hoopa trying to do his best to secure them, but it dies for that choice. Honestly, they should let this pad walk in. I don't know why Zapdos is doing that. He pretty much ulted preemptively. That goal was on 20, and Regieleki scores 20 for a break. Back over at the center, we have Meowth leading the charge, heading towards the next objective. It is moving. Providing vision, they see Hoopa. It's just a Hoopa. We're also probably looking to get some farm in the back to slow it down DLG just a little bit longer. Meowth sees that, is going to go back and play defense immediately. And I do mean immediately. Attacking this Crustle. Gets Fluffy Tail, can't really use it. Can't really KO. Uh-oh, Rumble time. All right, now it gets to leave. It might get that ult back if it farms right away. No, it's going to be a close call. Meowth can't cut any pickups here, even with the X attack. It is still looking. Found its eyes on Hoopa, but there's going to be major damage. It's going to get backed up by his attackers. Brave Bird into a Surf. That is a KO on not only Meowth, but the Dragapult. Right now we're going to have Sirfetch'd. We're going to have Greninja claiming more jungle, getting their jungle, sorry, claiming more top lane farm. Going to get their levels. Look at the levels here. Look who's the leader. It is level 14 Crustle. Doing it big here at the bottom lane. Lying in wait. Providing excellent vision. No one wants to bush check. So Zapdos' spidey senses were tingling. He looked right at him. They're going to be heading towards bottom because, hey, they need to stop that. Crussel's like, you know what? You guys can stop our win com. I'm going to play for these points and this farm. I'm going to score this 50 in. And in 9 seconds, it's going to become 100. Then what? What, are you going to try ripping with your Dragapult? We got options for that. We got a Brave Bird for that. I dare you. Go for it. Don't let me stop you. Go for it. All right, there is the dive. Brave Bird. There's the Zapdos. There's the Meowth. Followed by, yep, Talonflame ult. There is the Dragapult. Another Brave Bird. And there's the defenders in Vaporeon and Mamoswine. Game 1 going to the rep comp. That is Amethyst. Perhaps the first game was just luck. Perhaps. It's already 5-13 to 20. They just got the objective. Uh-oh, we're going to see a Mercy ruling. Oh, no, 1,000 points perhaps. There's the Rumble Rouser getting major damage there. We're going to have to back up. 7-13 to 200. Quite literally. Quite literally. Right now, Amethyst could just go to their home base and put down their controllers. It's done. They can't catch up anymore. DLG can't catch up in this game. It is done. They're finished. They're cooked. Finito. It's time to think about the next game. It's time to think about game 3. Now, thankfully, thanks to, you know, Mamoswine, they got to secure and ended off game 1, which was good. They're doing this fight down bottom, using up some time. They got they did a trade, a 1-for-1, and they can't afford to trade if they want to mount any sort of a combat, which, you know, is not really feasible. These guys are just stalling for time. Hoopa, literally, just leave it. Just leave it, big dog. You don't have to defend it so hard. But you're gonna, and you're gonna do a good job of it too. You're gonna take down the Zapdos for being so uppity. Yep. Here comes back up. Meowth is here. He's telling him to take this. I got 2 points I want to score. Oh, hell. 4 points. Take this. Did we win? Nah, big dog. No, you didn't. Not this game. Ammo Swan's not there to bail you out this time. All right. Final score, 885 to 204. DF Amethyst taking game 2 very convincingly. MVP this time is going to be Crypto. Crypto, Kronk, DF's Crypto. 10 KOs, 8 assists, only outdone by the Greninja. But hey, 450 points scored by Crustle. Ayo! Big dog scoring the points. Keeping his eyes on the prize. You win by scoring points. And the damage numbers are about what do you expect? 25k for the rock, the stealth rock Crustle. I love it. He was just ripping them objectives. That's all he wanted, and he got it. He got it. All right. We're gonna take a small, very small break. Gonna fix something, and then we're gonna be right back. Stay tuned. All right, we're back. You guys can pretty much guess what the issue was. I've just figured out. There's basically no volume. Computers are weird, man. Computers are absolutely weird. Don't know why it was no volume, but figured it out. And we should be about ready to start. All right. We're moving on here to game number 3. 1 game apiece for Amethyst and DLG. You already know. Time for the ban phase. Time for detention. Who's gonna get it this time? The answer may surprise you. Okay, that surprised me. There is 1 seat empty on the top left team for bans. But you know what? It's not empty. Charizard Y. No one likes that thing. Little scamp. Well, since we missed out on a ban, we're going to have to see if we're going to need to do a reset. Well, to answer your question, Slash, I have different audio devices set up, and my computer defaulted the sound source for Unite to a source that I'm just not using. So that was the issue. I didn't tell it to do that. It just did it all by itself. It is what it is. It is what it is. Let's check out this overlay for a while. Got the chat on the right. We got people at the bottom hopping around. There you go. You guys like this menu, huh? All right. Getting another band. Check out these bands. Darker, I actually went through. Darker wasn't the ones that were really heavily contested for bands, but you know, honestly, I don't know what Amethyst is up to this time around. They've been keeping me on my toes. They could throw anything at me. For example, on the right side, we got a Blissey and a Mewtwo Y. I haven't seen that in quite some time. Let's see how this Mewtwo Y gets enhanced. Last 2 picks seem to be about the same, except Serena is actually new here. All right, got final preparations counting down. I hope everyone's ready. We should get this party started momentarily, heading on to game 3 for Lotus League. All right. All right, all right, all right. Let's get this started. Let's get this next game started. Let's get game 3 started. Everything's in order. Let's get active. Let us begin. Interesting comps all around. Well, at least they got a defender on each side, filling some space. But I will say, bottom team does have the advantage. They have the Venusaur for the range. So let's see how they leverage it. Towards the bottom, we're going to have Crustle & Co. moving on in with a Froakie. Over on the top, we're going to have Eldegoss and Zacian going up against the Chansey and the Sirfetch'd. Gonna have Bulbasaur as a jungler, and towards the bottom, we're gonna have actually Mewtwo Y and Mamo. Teams are returning to neutral here, just getting the farm each on their side. Over on the top, however, things are starting to heat up. Zacian's not level 4 yet, but he's getting major damage on this Sirfetch'd. Sirfetch'd is going to have to back up, maintain itself. Darkrai is heading towards the top. We have this LD getting good splash damage in. Zacian getting its level. Zacian's getting points. There is the Bulbasaur level 5. There comes the Sludge Bomb. Here comes the... Oh, it is a Giga Drain. KO on the Sirfetch'd. KO on the Chansey. It is an actual 4-on-3. We lied, and that wasn't in the script. DLG's gonna have to back up. DLG Venusaur's gonna have to back up. DLG Slash is taking way too much damage here. Back towards the bottom. At the bottom here, DLG biding their time, getting some more farm. This Mewtwo Y is almost level 5, and the offense, the Tommy Gun's about to get started. Build up that Mega Gauge. It's time. Checking out the chat here. Yes, indeed, Crustle is being played. You love to see it. Crustle's a popular mod in competitive, so makes sense to me. Over towards the center, you see those dark voids. That means Whack-A-Mole is being played. That means Retro Drago's in danger, but not as much danger as that Eldegoss. Whack-A-Mole secure. And nope, it's gonna go to Mewtwo Y. Securing it with the basic. Over at the top, however, Sirfetch'd fighting evil where it stands with a leak and a shield. 720s here. Gonna try to get a Leaf Blade secure. Not quite gonna get it. Dark. That's all gonna go towards Darkrai. Bagging him. Looking for its level 9. So is Venusaur actually. Towards the bottom here. It is prepared. Eldegoss being pushed away. Greninja trying to find its way in. Mewtwo Y ripping away all over Regieleki. Uncontested. There it is. There's the Greninja. There is the Giga Drain. There is the damage reduction. It's time for some scores. But Mewtwo Y goes down. Shoulda ran recover. Back over at the top. Crustle. Oh my goodness. Crustle with that fluffy tail. Stale standing on business, playing his own game. What a Crustle indeed. All right. Pedal Dance, Giga Drain, Venusaur. We haven't seen this in quite some time. Everyone's a bit tired of Soldeem. Venusaur wants the smoke and is going to get it. And he's going to get that one too. Greninja's going in all over this Chansey. I mean Blissey. Same with the Sirfetch'd. Next on the chopping block is Mamoswine. Slash, slash, slash. 5 KOs. That is an ace. Excellent. Excellent. All right, heading towards the bottom here. Fresh off a Penta. Looking to bully this Mewtwo-Y. Mewtwo-Y's having none of that. Please go away, sir. Over by Venusaur. He's in the fight of his life. Getting put to sleep. Yoichi Tenkai. Entering Darkrai's domain expansion. Space, time, and even physical mass. I can control them all. This Sirfetch'd is trying its damnedest to get this Darkrai. Don't play by that berry. That is a bait. Oh no. Oh no, who's gonna get it? The Sirfetch'd gets it with 1 health. There's a Crustle Rock slide. Sorry, Stealth Rock. Hey, watch where you're stepping, son. Crustle level 12, again, the level leader. How's he doing this? Oh, he scores shield. He's getting that too. What is this Crustle? Who's this magical man? Running whatever he wants. He's playing ladder. This is Lotus League. Hey man, if it works, it works. You can't deny results. He's getting the job done. Mamoswine on its way. Probably looking for a score. Can't quite get that. There it is. Moving towards the top. It's time to compete for some objectives. Mamoswine ulting in. Zacian is hindrance resistant to Mammo shenanigans. Is going to be able to secure that with a Sacred Sword. Or is that move called Behemoth Blade? Chat, type me the name of Zacian's ult. Tell me. Forgot the name of it. But what's not forgotten is, Delta Cuss has gotta go. Good God. Alright. They got a Zacian. They got a Rip Crustle. They got a Darkrai who could just pop out of the ground and just hit objectives whenever they please. You know what it is. There's going to be a Rip Secure. And there's no Venusaur to be had. This spells danger for DLG. Back towards the top. Top is under attack. Darker's just going to have to let that one go. He's just gonna have to let that one go. Station going in here. Taking some damage from the Psy Strike. KO on the Sirfetch'd. And you know who secured an objective. Alright. It is time. 15 seconds until Groudon. The red buff. Sorry, the Groudon buff. It's almost time. Russell's in position here. Staying out of the vision of the gold pad. Sirfetch'd doesn't know where he is. He's gonna go for the score here. To no avail. He's gonna have to back up. So DLG doesn't rip or secure. They just fight. So that means it's up to Amethyst to set the tempo, but they're in the lead. They don't have to do anything. They will backhand though. Greninja's in mortal danger, but so is Sirfetch'd going down here. All right, they're going to have to do a 4v5. No, they're going to rip it. That's the only chance they got. Mammo is ulting. Zacian, you got to get in there, buddy. It's time to set up that ult. It's time to secure it. Zo! Greninja with the secure. They got the Groudon buff, and it's time to go wild. We're going to have to do a little playoff action into a Metal Claw. Meanwhile, you know who is just trying to score again. Crustle with the rocks. Sorry, the Stealth Rocks. Rumble Rouser time. Look at that health bar. You should fat shame that guy. Alright. Time for another fight. Sirfetch'd and Blissey go down. Next is Venusaur. Mamba Swine's like, now what am I supposed to do? I don't got any follow-up. I'm just going to die. There he goes. Mewtwo Y's like, well, GG's go next, I guess. Zacian's trying to set sail on its party boat. And it's time to celebrate. They're about to reach 1,000 points. And he's about to get a crazy crit. Watch this. 3, 2, 1, game over, time's up, test is over, pencils down. Let's see these scores. Checking out the chat here. Yes, Lake Coding, we have upgraded our spectating tools. We're no longer primitive cavemen. We have discovered fire. The blue fire, the blue stacks. Final score here is 973 to 209. That's a score differential. MVP is going to go to Ma Shio. I'm assuming it's that. Excuse my French. 221 points scored. 13 KOs and 8 assists. But that is nothing compared to Crustle scoring 443. Let's go. That's the MVP in our hearts. Let's go, Crustle. Shoutouts to Gamma for the new stream setup. What a wonderful man. You give him his regards. Actually, give him a beer. I'm sure he'd appreciate that. Damage numbers as expected. A bit of a standout number is the 87k going to Greninja here. Let's see if they can keep it up going into game number 4. Set count is 2-1 Amethyst. Well, technically, it should be over. Mammoth Swine was doing the Lord's work over on DLG, but he's not doing the Lord's work right now. He's going to need some help from his team. Moving on to game number 4. Let's see who wants to go where. DF is here to have fun. Hey, man, they're having fun. I'm having fun. It's fun to watch this Crustle work. Just ripping things away unimpeded. What, are you going to waste time fighting a Crustle? You know, it might be worth it. He's always the level leader in the mid-game to late game. It might be worth it just KOing him for the levels. But, like, you won't be able to do that very quickly. He's very light in his feet. They're gonna do Kyogre and second pick. And by they, I mean DLG will do second pick and Kyogre. So everything is in order already. Just waiting for the go-ahead. Gonna go back to the other overlay. Mess around with that for a little bit. I know you guys love that new overlay. Here it is. Look at all these pretty mons. We got like coding here as the Articuno. Hey man, I know you excited. I know you're absolutely excited for Articuno. Oh, you followed? Thanks for the follow, man. There's actually a little notification that shows up on this menu only. I wish I knew you were gonna do that. I would have had it. I would have had this overlay ready. But hey, if anyone wants to see it, go ahead and follow and see what happens. Go ahead and follow and see what happens on this menu. Don't worry, I'll wait. No rush, I'll wait. Speaking of waiting, bans in process. People are in detention once again. They never learn. You know who else never learns? Charizard Y, Blastoise. Who else? Psyduck. These mons have no future in this meta right now. Unless you let them through. You know, also not going to be let through. We got this Meowth, baby. Meowth is not going to be let through. Meowth is going to be on the bench for this potential last game in this 2-1 set, in this Lotus League set with Amethyst versus Dark Lords Gaming. Come on, guys. You guys know what you want to ban. Hey, yo. Ban that Crustle and see what happens. I repeat, ban that Crustle and see what happens. Everything might just fall apart. You never know. But to waste a ban on Crustle would be wild work. But hey, man, just do it for the content. Just ban him. Just mix things up. No, you guys want to play proper, quote unquote? All right, sure. All right, fine. Very well. Let's see this first pick. Let's see this goofy first pick. Come on, don't hold back. Don't pull any punches. Don't waste my time either. All right, it's going to be a Zacian. No, it's going to be an Umbreon. That has been let through. This black and yellow mon. I see what I did there. Black and yellow free to do what it needs to do. Is it going to be a mean look? Is it going to be a foul play? I don't know what's happening this set. Anything's going to go down, so your guess is as good as mine. I don't know what's going on. People are just living to the beat of their own drums, as it should be. All right. We're going to have DLG taking over the Greninja, picking it for themselves. I would have loved if they just picked Crustle and Greninja just right away. But don't get me wrong, Vaporeon is fine. It's a good mon. It's a good mon. Used to be a lot better, though. Yo, release Vaporeon? Guys, who remembers release Vaporeon when, like, Hydro Pump was God? Just murdering everybody. The scaling was all out of whack. Level 4, he was the best mon ever. Just doing whatever it wanted. Absolute cinema. What a time to be alive. Speaking of being live, we got a new member here. First time we're going to have a Garchomp putting on the hard hat, putting on the focus band, putting on the muscle band, getting ready to put some work in. Do you think there's a chance that DLG is having the mental aptitude is like, hey, we might have to rip ourselves. Let's not make that not a possibility. Let's just be prepared for anything. Back at Amethyst, so this does not scream rip comp. This screams like, all right, we're going to actually like play for real for a bit. They got some early scalers on their team and 2 late scalers. Scaling-wise, this is very balanced. You got the Umbreon, Hoopa, and Espeon. Not sure who's going to be the jungler here. I'd imagine it's going to be maybe Char X. You can put Char X in lane. He's fine in jungle. It's ideal in jungle, but Charmander is good at playing defense in his lane. He can deny stacks. He can potentially secure farm. He does have the range advantage for it. Challenge is another bomb we just also want online as soon as possible. That ult is very powerful. Just locking in people. It can be cleansed though, so they have to be careful. For a DLG, we got some good mid-range control here. We got Mamoswine. We got Suicune. We're going to have Dragon Rush, Dragon Claw, Garchomp. I'd imagine. It could be just Dig Earthquake. You just never know in this set. But yeah, we're here for a set, ladies and gentlemen. Preparations are about to finish off. Oh, we got Crypto on the Sarilege. He got the. We know it's him because he got the special banner. Look at that artwork. Such beautiful artwork, man. That artwork is so sick. I have it too. I actually used that artwork in the video once. You guys should check that out. Another thing I'd like to point out, not a lot of firepower going on in DF's Amethyst. They're going to have to be really relying on Sarilege setting up some gnarly ults. I mean, like, which they could do, but Suicune's going to have a hand in saying, hey, stop right there, criminal scum. All right, finally ready to get started here. Towards the bottom, we're going to have some Eevees. We're going to have some Eevees heading towards the bottom. Over here. Ripping away, Espeon, Umbreon heading there. The jungler is, in fact, the Sarilege. Up top is the Hoopa and the Charizard X. They're going to be going against Gibble, chomping away. We're going to have this Eevee, this Vaporeon, scoping out for invades. We're going to have Froakie, big in jungle. He's going to have to hurry it up because at the bottom, we're going to have Mamoswine and Suicune. We're having an ice lane, baby, an ice lane. Farming away, getting levels, getting ready for 915. Those are 2 level 4s. Those are early scalers, and they are ready. That is a flip turn Umbreon. Security's going to actually go to said Umbreon. Back at the top. It's time to compete once again. Both junglers are there, and they're ready. Froakie's Not level 5. Hey, what happened when I wasn't looking? What's going on here? Well, I'll tell you what's going on. Taylor's about to pick up a double KO there. Getting the burn damage. Yep, Hoopa with the assist. They're going to be able to get all this farm here. Getting Charmander to a Charmeleon. Getting fat. Punch him. Yep. KO. Yep. Get the 12 gauge open. Reinforcements has arise. Espeon is here. Now look at him. Looking all confused. You know what's not confusing? Taylor's is like, knock, knock. Who here? Give me this farm. Ball toy. Mine. Blue buff. Mine. Froakie. Dead. He took my buff. Get him! Uh-oh. This is a major invade. That means Charmeleon gets the real jungle on their side. Taylor's about to become level 7 due to this red buff. Yep, secured. Regidrago in 5. All right. DLG's gonna have to stop the bleeding. They're massively underleveled. Lying in wait is that Ceruledge being trick hooped. It's time for a massive engage. Shadow's gonna have to back up here a little bit. Charizard's here getting major damage. He's gonna have to full heal away to not get caught up, not to give away levels. This is fine. Back up. You don't have to fight and die on this hill. Ceruledge is gonna be burning away this objective. DLG is forced to play some defense. Hey, who's up here unsupervised? There's like a bite trying to beat somebody. Get him! Flare Pitch, Fire Punch, KO. Towards the bottom, we have Umbreon holding it down all by itself. Where's everyone else? Said DLG. Umbreon told them, I alone am enough for the likes of all of you. But it's always nice to have Hoopa to help me out. Slow you guys down. Speaking of backup, we got Ceruledge back in effect. He has full healed, continuing his engage. This Iceland's gonna have to play some gnarly defense. While they do that, it's time for another objective rip. We have Hoopa going down for the cause here from the Regice. Regice is not playing any games. Neither is this Umbreon trying to get the score in so he can taking major damage for his troubles. Needs to get his level, needs to become level 7 to become online. Math, guys. Let's do some math. 11. And then 30. Wonderful! Back at the top. Top pad is... Tier 1's gone. Charizard has 40. Wants more of that jungle. Amazon just has no choice but to sit there and watch. This isn't looking good for DLG. They're gonna have to do something fast, but there's no farm, so they're just gonna have to sit on their hands and wait. I say when they all got ults, they just need to push somewhere and just run people over. They need to get value fast. Oh, we got Greninja, level 9. Almost level 10. Gonna have to wait for an ult. Suicune, Mammals, level 7. Charizard's up top. There is an engagement happening towards the bottom here. Umbreon setting the alarm. Help, we got intruders. I'm gonna flip turn him. Oh, wait. Oh, almost getting the KO on the Greninja. He's gonna have to back up here. Oh, no. Oh, no, Umbreon's not letting that lie down. Hey, who's that? Someone else is low? Hey, sit down, fellas. I got this. Mine. Triple KO, Ceruledge. And he's not stopping here. He's just getting more farm, more jungle, more of their jungle. Doesn't belong to him. But hey, you gonna tell him no? I didn't think so. Charizard X here just biding his time. Doesn't have an ult right now. Trying to contest for it. Garchomp's like, hey, that's mine. Leave it alone. It is Earthquake Dig. It was. I was right. Anything goes this set. Flip turn. Uh-oh. We're gonna ult an Umbreon and kill it? Not killing anyone, not even the Hoopa. They're gone. Goodbye. Actually, no, I'm not done with you yet. So Charizard, we got intruders. Oh, Garchomp with the secure on Regieleki. Charizard's in mortal danger. Didn't have an ult for any of that. Getting Trick Hoopa out of here. Time to grab a berry and go on the defensive end. Who about to die for this cause? Charizard level 12. Getting some flare punches in, getting some punches in. Hey, there's a woolly mammoth. I think he's extinct. Yes, he is. Back at the center, we got Espeon with a 12-gauge shotgun shooting away at this farm. Back at the top, we have Umbreon always wanting the smoke. Who's gonna stop him? No one on DLG, apparently. Charizard's just back in here. It is 3:35. So, DF Amethyst, they have none of their pads broken, so they have to constantly compete for farm. Constantly. I mean, they've been doing it, and you know, they've been winning, so take that for what you will. They have 2 ults here. Clock's winding down. Charizard ulted. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yep. Yep. Charizard running a tear, running amok. Got some time left on the ult, whiffing the fire punch. You need that. You need to burn them to get you sustained for your basics. That's how the mechanic works. Time to bail. So, you use your ult, it's under 3 minutes, and you have to constantly compete for farm to get the ult. What's your plan here? We're gonna find out soon. We're gonna find out pretty soon. Back at the top. Foul play, Umbreon. Finally getting what's coming to him. Fun's over. Get in position for center. It's about to go down. So Sailage, lying in wait, waiting for an ult perhaps. The tanks will go first on the right side, on their side. Smart enough. Garchomp's gonna go for a back cap. Not that it matters too much. They're still down by 200 points. DLG cannot rip, and they could kinda secure. Foul play, Umbreon just running in there. Oh my god! No! I blinked and it was over. I quite literally blinked and it was over. Just Umbreon just going in, absolutely no fear at all. They just took so much damage. I don't even know who they took all that damage from. It has to have been from Espeon and Sailage, and then Sailage just ulted to finish them off. Oh yeah, they're pissed at that Umbreon. They are not pleased. And this is blue buff. If you're not constantly on top of them, they're gonna be constantly healing off all this damage. Good luck with that one. They are sandwiched, they are pancaked. Umbreon's gonna go down though, but you know, we got Sailage for cleanup. Umbreon has done plenty of damage. And yep. That's a 4 for 2 trade. That is not a good trade. All these basics going off. Another one down, and yep, here's your just reward. Up, Charizard cleaning up. Just as he needed to do. Doesn't have to do much else. 13 seconds remain. Everything is winding down. And we're about done here. Time's up. The exam is over. DF's Amethyst has won the set 3-1. $718 to $143. The MVP once again is going to be Crypto Crunk, DF's Crypto X. 226 points scored, 14 KOs. The big 1-4, 6 assists, 85 overall rating. And good damage to boot. Yep, 78K. All is right with the world. Let's see if we can get a interview from Amethyst. Oh, one sec. All right. More information is coming from the pipeline. These guys have a scrim right like now, so they can't do the interview. That's all good. I can tell you guys the news. This will be uploaded soon. It's going to be published in a moment after we're finished here. Then it's going to be exported to the YouTube channel. Both the Twitch and the YouTube channel is GXT_Unite. Look forward to that. Look forward to hear me casting. Look forward to the volume being very low for the in-game volume. And yeah, good stuff. Congratulations once again to DF's Amethyst. They've been putting in a lot of work. Crussel's been a character for about 3 out of 4 games. And then we just had DF's Crypto finish things off. So yeah, looking forward to